one's identical in structure to the kind found in tar.
I'm sorry, there are amino acids in tar? As in proteins?
Of course. How else did you think that chiral creatures could emerge from it?
Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream.
Surprised that the tar is a sort of
We're doing State of Play this time. I'm just gonna keep an eye on it and see what's going on and potentially avoid copyright here. Literally, we're about 15 minutes away. I have no clue what to expect from this. I'm gonna wait and see what happens because it'd be interesting if we get some like really fun stuff announced. But what I do want, and it's primarily because of the whole deal with Helldivers, is I would love for them to actually address that, but they probably won't. What I missed? Nothing. Nothing. It's just starting. Hi, by the way, Ryan. So yeah, I would love for them to address the stuff that's gone on with Helldivers and the fact that they've blocked 180 countries and are still doing it, but they will probably not address that. That would have been funny, but instead we just got to see what's going on here. Honestly, I still need to play the first Death Stranding till completion, but the second one does look really nice. See what else we got going on GameSpot here. Let's just like mute this for a little bit because it's literally people doing the same thing that we're doing, which is trying to figure out what's going to be shown off. I literally have no clue at this point. I have not been keeping up with gaming media as closely as I should have. AAA stuff anyway. So anything that will take me by surprise right now, which is pretty much anything, will be fun. You know, it'd be cool if, because a load of people have been talking, or at least showing off, like, Astro's Playroom stuff, you know, in, like, thumbnails and stuff. I would love them to do some more stuff with that, but they probably won't. People asking in the chat here for Sonic X Shadow Generations. That'd be cool to actually see. That's, like, the only thing that I think I've been keeping an eye on. Pokemon version of Devil May Cry. What? Stellar Blade 2. No, they'll probably not even do that. Maybe Spider-Man 2 DLC. Potentially? Like, Spider-Man 2 was a really popular game, right? I mean, if there's a new Sonic game, I'll play it. It's just a remake of Generations, but it has some of Shadow's stuff in it because of it being Year of Shadow or something, which is actually going to be pretty cool. What do you think of Call of Duty Gundam, says Classic? It's a thing. It's definitely a thing. I can see them trying to expand, you know, into COD to get people interested, but I don't think the COD crowd are really into Gundam, you know. I don't think there's going to be cross-pollination with the COD crowd, but that could be just me thinking very close-mindedly about stuff. I don't know whether it's me being close-minded or a little bit realistic, but not even Gundam will get me back into COD, says John. Hey, John. Stop the remakes, says Tyrone in the other chat that's behind my head here at the moment. It'd be cool if we actually got something that I'm just not expecting whatsoever if they're gonna do like remakes or whatever. You know, because the one, like, the things that get me excited from previous events is stuff like Medieval, you know, or Spyro. Those were great because they were classics that were redone and given the love and care and attention. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens and what's announced. And the reason why, again, I've got it muted is just because it's these guys literally on screen are doing the exact same thing that I'm doing, which is talking to you guys and kind of speculating. People saying there's another handheld on the way. That's going to be interesting. Next week, got a major DLC for Destiny 2 coming out. After that, Gundam Breaker 4 and SM2 in September. What? SM2, John? Dino Crisis remake, that would be fun, but I don't think they're going to do that. And then we've also got to consider the whole thing of anything that they announce for PC now. They've got the whole thing of linking to Steam. That's not going to be good. Somebody in the GameSpot, because we're watching GameSpot stream, somebody in GameSpot said Killzone 4? No, I don't think that's going to be announced. Space Marine 2? Oh, right. So yeah, this is... Like, honestly, if I'm being realistic, I just want some of the older stuff again remade with the same love and care as like Spyro Medieval. Be interesting to see if they announce anything like Kingdom Hearts, stuff like that. It's 10 minutes until I get to figure out what's going on with everybody else. You know. GTA is going to be a big thing if they announce that, or if they show it. We've already seen in previous years stuff, you know, from like Final Fantasy or whatever. That was the stuff that would get me hyped as well, would be like Final Fantasy stuff. But they've just released 7 Rebirth, I think it was. So unless they suddenly turn around and be like, oh, we got DLC for that, and there's going to be none of that. Or at least I expect there's going to be none of that. I don't think so, John. Spyro says... Classic says, Spyro is one of my favorites. Miss Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage 4 was interesting. I still have to play that. But yeah, because I've been not keeping up with mainstream AAA gaming for a while. This is... I'm going into it reserved. Because I think what's ruined it for me is the whole thing with like Helldivers recently. That has just really ruined any sort of like hyper excitement for anything. You know, because it's literally just Sony just being greedy. So, we'll see what happens. 8 minutes. I'd like them to start bringing back some of their older franchises, you know, that they've put on hold for the time being, like they were saying previously. One of the other comments was like, oh, I want another Killzone. But we had the last one on the Vita, which was Mercenaries, that was real fun. If they put that on the actual console, that'd be pretty cool instead of it just being on the Vita. But, no. Be interesting to see if they announce any more VR stuff, because I don't think we've heard from VR in ages. I wonder what would happen if they remade a Dreamcast Sonic game like SA2 with new graphics and models. That would be pretty cool. There's apparently a Sonic Adventure 1 in the reworks, like from the ground up. Like, I'm all excited about that, because SA1's my favorite game. Or one of my favorite games. Bring back the Halo clone days. Yeah, Haze and Killzone. Haze and Killzone were PlayStation's attempt at killing off Halo. I love the way this stream has just like totally failed now. There's just this guy's just sat here now. Oh. And now it's buffering. And now it's good. It's all fine. As long as it doesn't do that during announcements, we're good. We could use a Sonic Adventure 3. Unfortunately, that was what 06 was going to be like, and then they rushed 06. And then we got 06 in its current form, which is bust. And the reason why I'm confident in the 06 was meant to be Adventure 3 is when you look at all the concept art and stuff that was left on the cutting room floor. It was literally, like, it had all the hallmarks of the previous adventure games and ideas from them that they were going to use, and they just didn't. You know, 06 would be fun if they actually like redid it again properly, but then it'd just be Project 06, which is what Chaos X is working on. Just want a game with the Chow Garden again, Sega. Killzone was okay apart from the last one. Shadowfall, was all right. Mercenaries I really enjoyed, but then again, that's me being biased because of me having ties to them. 3 I found really fun as well. The ending of 3 was really crazy when I played that. Would love a Jak and Daxter game. Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank are like some of the staples from like PlayStation. Ratchet and Clank especially has been like really popular and has kept going for years, so that'd be fun. Killzone had a lot of potential, so he dropped the ball on it. Killzone was always pretty fun. It's just the whole thing of they obviously traded out Killzone for, what was it, Horizon? Because it's Guerrilla that worked on Killzone and then they went and worked on Horizon. And I think they've only done Horizon since. Unless I'm wrong about that. Classic says, oh yeah, Moody, I got a Gundam story going. I'm changing it in stop motion. Oh, interesting. How do I skip ahead on the live feed? Says one of these people in the chat behind my head here. Maybe they should do a BCV remake. Wait, what? I love all these just like things from chat. I may end up just like taking the chat out here because normally it's full of stupid stuff. I say that and then I'm getting a load of like shorts and memes and things recommended to me. But yeah, if they give us more classic stuff like they have done in previous years, maybe I'll forgive them for some of the more stupid stuff they've done recently that's made them seem more cold and corporate. But I mean, they're a big corpo anyway, so what do you expect from Sony? Sounding more like Moody than Dave here at the moment, but I have every reason to because of the state of things. Battle construction vehicles. Ooh, nice. Maybe DLC reveals for the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Oh yeah, that was a game, wasn't it? Can't remember. Oh, you both. Yeah, but we switch out quite quickly. You kind of... It's one of those things where because we switch out so fast sometimes, when I'm more negative, it's more Moody. It's... Let's try and force a swap here at the moment. Hang on. Yep. Okay, there we go. There we go. A little bit more upbeat. Let's try and be optimistic about this. And if I suddenly start slipping again, you'll see a quick change in personalities. Oh, the thing is, we never want to go into anything negative like this, but we can't help but feel that way, you know, because of recent things. That moment where it's like, the funny part is, as well, you'll be able to see how quickly sometimes we just change automatically, given how we both feel. It's one of those where we have to keep remembering who's in charge at any one point in time. But yeah. Maybe with Nick Brawler back out again, Sony should do PlayStation All-Stars 2. I think they lost like the whole battle that they were trying to start with Nintendo with Smash for that. So they ended up just turning around and being like, yeah, nah, we're not going to do that anymore. Is Moody a symbiote? I mean, I've got to try and reference us like that at least a little bit so people get the idea. Because otherwise it just looks like I'm going crazy. Right, we got 1:35 left. Let's see how this goes. I was crazy once. They brought me in a rubber room with rats. And rats made me crazy. 1:15. Here's where 1:15 is going to go by. And then hopefully we can get straight into the videos. Oh, that is a Resident Evil poster there, I just realized. I think that one's a Zelda one, and then we got Yakuza, and then not so sure about that one. Maybe like it looks like Elden Ring because the tree. We've not been paying attention. Yeah, hopefully in a short while we can also turn the audio on and not get copyright strikes by YouTube immediately. Hi Crimson, nice to see you again. Just in time as well. Yoink, there we go. 13, 12, 11, right, let's...
Just enough that
there we
could
go.
be some people in the upper, realms of executive management that are just like, no.
Let's call it a God handheld. And with that, see you on the other side. The state of play is beginning. Thanks, everyone.
Okay. Here we go. Happy New Year. Please don't play any copyrighted music. I'd like to keep my YouTube channel intact. Thank you very much. Does anybody else just see? Let's see what chat says here. Sony? Are we missing everything here, or? I love the way everyone's like, what's happening? You're late, hurry up. I wonder whether it can be on like another stream. Like, we can go down here and get the one from game trailers. Are you there, PlayStation? I'm just gonna quickly go to the game trailers one and see whether that's working. Ah! Go live. Come on. That moment where I'm waiting. Come on. Oh, this sucks. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Oh, wait, there? Okay, so...
And we'll see you then.
What, so we doing like a double here? Ah, there we go. YouTube moment. Ah, there we go. So this one actually works. The other one didn't at GameSpot, I believe.
Hi everyone, I'm Asad Kizilbash, Head of Product at PlayStation Studios and Head of PlayStation Productions.
Okay.
I'm here to welcome one of the newest members of the PlayStation Studios family, Firewalk. This team brings together some of the most talented developers in our industry.
Wait a minute.
With an incredible pedigree in the online
Firewalk, that sounds familiar.
We announced their first game, Concord, last year. And today, they're revealing gameplay captured in-engine on
I'm just gonna search them up now.
Here's an extended vignette introducing some of the cool characters you'll find in the Concord Galaxy.
Based in Bellevue. Okay, so they're not who I thought they were. I thought they were the remnants of Fire Sprite. Let's just like put that down. I love the way it has to say now, not actual gameplay at the bottom. This is either I've missed something or this is either a completely new IP or it looks like something from Star Wars.
Being really old and almost dying a bunch doesn't count as research.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Besides, it worked, didn't it?
How much longer for the upload?
A few more minutes. Hey, start time. Try it with hot sauce. You'll like it. Trust me.
It's definitely not Star Wars. I mean, it kind of looked like it. The only other thing it reminds me of is Guardians of the Galaxy, but somebody else has just said that in the chat behind my head.
Trust me, we're professionals. We'll stick to the plan. We can do this. And then that. That was not the plan.
Technically, it was a plan. It just wasn't the same plan that we started with.
If we don't leave with this blue button,
Tamar, we will. We will.
Okay.
I'll be waiting outside.
No one moves. We'll be taking this off your hands. What? This?
So the robbers are getting robbed? Okay, so it's just turned out into an all-out, not exactly brawl, but...
Slow them down a little for you. Meet at the rendezvous point.
Wait, what? Where's the rendezvous? I didn't catch.
How many people were in this group? Because originally it only showed like, whoa, maybe 2 of them or 3, but now there's seemingly the entire bar?
Well played.
Fine. They only got one of my legs.
How are those hands?
Kind of looks like Valorant or Apex Legends. Potentially? Is this another Overwatch type of game? I'm not entirely sure.
Got him.
One off. This is you.
Okay, giant robot character?
I am developing a taste for destruction.
Like,
Goodbye.
the thing about this to remember is this is all CGI of what they want stuff to be like, kinda. Or it's supposed to be a representation of it, but this isn't obviously actual gameplay.
Would be a very dishonorable way for us all to die.
It's gonna be interesting to see what the actual gameplay of this thing would be.
We're bringing this back with us.
Hey, audio.
What are you doing?
Hey, X-Ram. No, not yet, from what I can see.
Getting us to the rendezvous point.
Wait, what was the idea of that?
Perhaps we should have let go also. One off. Do not dare.
Well, we were supposed to stick together.
If you let go, I swear I will be vengeance.
Look, there they are.
But wouldn't that fall damage them?
I am glad you avoided a dishonorable death.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die.
Or something.
They fall backwards, right? So they'd slam on the ship and potentially bounce because of the rolled surface of it?
All right. Another satisfied customer. Goods delivered. I sent everyone their cut.
Ooh, yeah.
So do you like carry it around with you?
This is giving me massive Guardians of the Galaxy vibes.
Whatever.
Hey, Mar.
Video game logic, Dave. I mean, I'm trying to be good to it. It's just the whole thing of it's like,
Somewhere with less skill.
I want to know what the whole deal of it is.
Scaffolding, I promise. We were apart for so long. I thought I'd never feel your fiery embrace again.
You sound ridiculous.
I just can't unsee Guardians of the Galaxy from that. Concord.
Concord is a 5v5 first-person shooter set in the vibrant sci-fi universe of the Concord Galaxy.
Oh, here we go.
Concord, from the moment you log on, you're part of the crew of the North Star, a group of guns for hire known in our galaxy as free gunners.
Okay.
Free gunners are those lucky enough to be free to roam the stars.
So is it a hero
They take
shooter?
high-stake jobs on worlds across wild
Why does this
and they
remind
face
me
fierce
of,
competitive free gunner crews.
there was
Here's the very first
a
look
really
at the
bad
gameplay of
FPS on Xbox,
Gunning,
beginning with a B, I think? Hang on.
but it's our work, and we don't take it for granted. Being a free gunner means
Xbox FPS, no, Xbox 360
Right on target.
FPS.
Yeah, you better run.
free
Names
gunners have a
B.
shot at making something of themselves. A chance to be
Oh yeah, it literally looks like Overwatch. Kinda. Brink, that was it. Kinda reminds me of Brink. A little bit.
Why not?
The designers were fans of the Guardians.
game. You won't survive on your own.
This makes me miss Battleborn, says Goof. I forgot Battleborn was even a thing.
To battle.
people in the other chat like, this is dead on arrival.
We risk our lives every day to do the job.
I'll clear the way. Time to show them the big guns. That's me.
Somebody in chat again has put servers will shut down within a year of its release. Oof.
Take any job. Face any enemy.
That's an interesting question now from the main chat on game trailers here. Is just who's actually buying PvP shooters like this anymore?
The free gunner crew of the North Star.
Especially one that's not already tied to an established IP.
We're going to make our mark on this galaxy.
The voice acting is kind of cringe, says X-Ram.
The crew is gathering. Would you like to join us for game night?
With Concord, we leaned on the strengths and background of our team to make a tight, well-balanced FPS that feels great to play. We focused a ton of our attention and our tech on building a strong gameplay foundation of tight core movement, precise visceral shooting, and expressive abilities.
We ended up finding ourselves influenced a lot by fighting games and even strategy games in the interesting way that the asymmetry of their characters makes
Fighting and strategy games. Okay, I literally thought.
The asymmetry of the characters really
No joke. Like we both thought that guy was literally going to turn around and be like, so we just looked at Overwatch.
So we can get out there and let players find their own magic. We also have abilities that are meant to have.
It's a little bit of Moody coming out.
Deployable gear that can persist throughout a full game, so whether that's multiple rounds of a mode.
Mine play Anthem now, this is classic.
There are healing pads, bullet blocking domes, explosive traps, lane blocking walls, all kinds of
Like
ways
part of this reminds me a little bit of like level design, kind of remind, and the art style in some areas for the environment reminds me a little bit of Destiny. But like the rest is screaming Guardians of the Galaxy mixed with Overwatch. Oh my god, that menu is literally Overwatch.
Unique personality, skills, and wide perspectives to the
Oh boy.
Every week, when you log into Concord, you will be welcomed with a new cinematic vignette that will give you a chance to see our characters off the job. They will feature ongoing narrative arcs that grow the characters' stories and relationships and unpack the broader Concord galaxy.
Why are you kissing a tchotchke?
We're excited to share that we'll be hosting a pre-launch beta in July.
Oh boy.
Concord's global launch on August 23rd, 2024.
Do they at least have a PvE that Overwatch failed to deliver? I mean, that's the only way that it could get an edge right now? In before the Overwatch comparison videos come out, you know, with like them comparing each character and their skills. Because you just know that's going to happen.
You seem like a
Oh? Oh, is this God of... Yeah, it is. God of War? On PC?
a calm and reasonable person.
We don't really want war. Do you, Kratos?
War is coming. The prophecy
Okay.
says winter leads to Ragnarok.
To be honest, I did prefer the older God of Wars, like 1, 2, and 3, but God of War doesn't look too bad. Especially for Kratos' character development, I suppose.
When it earns me.
The problem with this is they're going to require you to probably sign into PSN to play it, even if it is single player.
We haven't dared to consider.
We have guests! They're too fast! Look out!
Like, it's neat that they're trying to expand into the PC market, but after the whole thing with Helldivers, which also impacted Ghost of Tsushima, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Sony in future on PC. And also what mods this game gets as well, if any. In before somebody does Thomas the Tank Engine as an enemy again, like usual. I can hear my mum yelling with the deepest voice that she can muster from the other room. Kratos, says Sammy.
Soldiers and officials alike.
I like Christopher Judge playing Kratos.
And the people must turn to thievery for food. Perhaps this is
Omega
Heaven's way
Force.
of lamenting the state of the land.
Okay.
Men are powerless at the feet of the divine.
I'm just going to turn this down a little bit just in case.
Someone must act.
This is Dynasty Warriors or something? Oh, it is. That's a surprise. Not played Dynasty Warriors in ages. I like Muso games, they're really fun. I love the way the bitrate for this stream has literally gone completely downhill as well. Can we just try and bump this up? Oh, I say that and then... Oh, there we go. In a world of chaos, a nameless hero rises. Do we have to fight Lubu again? Dynasty Warriors Origins. Is this DW10? Maybe?
Momo, I think I was dreaming.
Anime?
It wasn't a dream. We were really transported to Mirrorland.
We've been isekai'd?
The path of a stylist is never easy.
Wait, what? I like the colors.
Are you ready for it?
And the environment.
Ready.
Kitty. Okay, so... Are we collecting outfits here? If it's a platformer, then this is actually interesting and has my attention. Why does it look like it's made from like Genshin assets? Here's where it turns out that it is actually like made from Genshin assets and it's a MiHoYoverse game. Bob Wonderworld Barbie Edition. The art style isn't bad in it. Like, you can't tell me that doesn't look pretty there. The lighting and the way that it's done looks really nice. I wonder what engine it's using? Infinity Nikki, okay.
Is it you who pursues infinity? Or is infinity awaiting you?
Interesting. No joke, that last one was actually pretty cool. It's a surprise, and I like the surprise stuff, so... Wait, what?
I pray for their grace, but all that came were inferior shades.
Why do we have to bear the consequences of such power?
Tiny Mouse.
Mortality. These essences shall
I don't want to say it looks like Dark Souls because that's way too easy, but... Okay, combat is clearly not Dark Souls. And you can play as multiple different characters by the looks of it.
grant us the forgotten miracles. Rain fire from above.
Honestly, this one looks interesting to me as well.
Remember, no matter what happens, we did not betray this world.
Ballad of Antara? Okay, interesting. Big booby armored women, says John. Hey, Conata! Nice to see you. Skydance game. Oh, PSVR, okay. I didn't think they were making anything for PSVR anymore because I've not heard anything for ages.
was a fool. There's no hope here.
It's like Keanu doing the voiceover.
And the gods that walk among us thirst for death.
It's either that or somebody literally trying to do a Keanu impression.
Poison in my veins begs me to kill.
Looks like Skyrim.
The power of our god is immeasurable. Thought I could be a hero. But heroes don't survive the Forsaken Lands.
Huh. Oh. That kind of reminds me of,
only monsters do.
like fantasy style, it's another FPS for the 360. I'm gonna have to go and look at it now. Bulletstorm, that was it. It reminds me of like medieval style fancy Bulletstorm, but in VR. Oh. Okay, so more PS VR stuff? Oh, it's an Alien game. It's an Alien game! I can tell already. Oh, wait, what? Oh. Okay. Colonial Marines 2? No, that's being nasty. Rogue Incursion, okay. Can we get this on PC, please? Oh, come on. That one actually looked interesting. Give me that on PC. That reminds me, I still need to play,
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson. I'm back on State of Play to introduce more exciting titles.
Okay, can we just...
Starting with a highly...
No offense, but can we go back and learn more about the Alien game, please?
PS5.
Oh no, Marvel. I may... Oh, Netties as well? I may have to swap out with Moody. Hang on. Let's try and force this. Oh boy. More superhero stuff, because the market isn't already oversaturated with superhero stuff. Every other week it's another superhero game or movie. Grand. Just grand. And this looks like Overwatch as well. Seriously? Even the art... You can't say this is an environment from Overwatch because it literally looks like the Hanamura map. Heck, the art style literally is screaming Overwatch right now. I feel like we may get more Overwatch clones here, unless this is literally just an Overwatch crossover with Marvel stuff. Watch it turn out to be that, and I'll just eat my own hat here. Oh, okay, no, it's literally just a complete separate game. Or is it? Because that literally looks like Diva. It looks like Diva wearing cosplay. Seriously, Waifu Galactus? What? Right, let me try and switch back again real quick. Oh, okay. That gets hard sometimes. I think we still might be half and half here at the moment. We'll see. Why does this remind me of like Niho or something? And before I find out it is actually Niho. Nihon, Sekiro. I'm trying to remember what other stuff is like that, kind of. That moment where you have multiple samurai or ninja style Dark Souls games and you can't tell whether it's a new one or what. Where the winds meet. Okay, so another one that looks interesting. But again, it's kind of getting muddied in the whole collection of samurai ninja style games like that.
All my pals back to the annual Blackwood winter getaway.
Why is this reminding me of, not Days... Oh, wait a minute. Is it a remake of it? Because these characters look familiar. It was the one we hide from Wendigos in a house. Until Dawn, yeah. Is it a sequel or is it a remake? Has David Cage been at Sony's wallet again? Oh, it literally is Until Dawn. A remaking of Until Dawn?
Mike, Emily?
It literally is, because you can tell via the characters, if you're familiar with them from the first game.
I don't want to make hasty decisions that get everyone killed. We should stay put right here until dawn.
They said the line! They said the line!
You can't let me die!
We sure did feel like we were watching this state of play until dawn. There we go! He said the thing! Yeah, there we go. So they've remade it. Interesting. That's not that old either. That's literally like, what, 2016? Latest? I think it was 2018, to be honest, but... I would love to see them combining Earth Defense Force and Battlefield. That reminds me, it'd be interesting to see if they actually show off anything from EDF. Considering the new one's coming out soon for everything.
Into madness. Famine and plague besiege us. The very earth is being poisoned.
EDF remake when?
Once our protectors have turned on us. And now they come for me.
Where the heck is Senran Kagura? There's somebody in the game trailer chat. Oh my god. I was just about to say, if they keep filming it from the overhead, it's going to remind me too much of Diablo, and yeah, even with the hood, it's reminding me of Diablo.
I must be the one to face this nightmare. No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself. But I need not do it alone.
Oh my god, an MMO. No, it doesn't actually look too bad. Games like Diablo are really fun. That reminds me, I can still play Diablo 2 on my other computer, or just get the files off it and play it on here. Like, they're really fun. Here we go. Online multiplayer requires PlayStation Plus membership. Will they announce it's for PC as well now? Because if they do, then... Yeah, Path of Exile. Okay, so no PC for that one. That was fine. But yeah, it's... The thing is, that one's going to be competing against Diablo.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I was just...
Silent Hill?
I didn't mean to scare you.
Oh, it is?
I'm kind of lost. I'm looking for Silent Hill.
I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it?
Oh boy.
Is it dangerous?
Maybe.
This one's a classic.
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not.
Hey, Sandy.
I'm going either way.
No, you shouldn't be here.
This looks like it's made on the Resident Evil engine.
I'll be good, I promise. Tell him I'll be good, please. No, please.
No Pyramid Head?
Capcom announced this next game last December, offering just a glimpse of what's in store for their celebrated franchise. Today, I am so excited to share the first full gameplay trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds.
Okay. Monster Hunter's always pretty fun, so...
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go. And then we can get started. This is gonna be great!
You bet.
I hope we find them soon.
Why does the art style and everything remind me of Monster Hunter World again? Or am I just being ignorant here? I can't quite wrap my head around it.
Incredible. I've never heard of a Karatnoth herd this big before. One of them's got big spikes on its back.
Like, Monster Hunter's gameplay loop is always really awesome. Because it's super addictive, provided you have the time to invest in it.
Now to lead it away from the pack. We'll make for the desert.
Right.
Oh, interesting trap in the background there.
The sandstorm.
Hi, Geo Knight. Nice to see you.
Now commencing the hunt by order of the guild.
Is it just me, or is it got a brown filter over everything at the moment? You know, as if it was like from an Xbox 360 era with like all the games that have like brown filters over the top of them, like Gears of War and stuff. It just looks a little bit desaturated and also just seems to have that hue to it. Now it doesn't. Now it's overly saturated and very vibrant. Wonder whether that was intentional or not.
I've selected you as a lead hunter for this expedition.
Thank you, sir.
I was kind of worried that the entire art style would be like that, but that's actually nice that it isn't. It might just have been like the sand effect. Oh? Team Asobi? Astro! Astro! The first thing that's actually got me genuinely excited. I still need the Nendoroid of him. Wait, what? Are we doing Playroom 2? Or are they giving him his full game? Okay. Oh my god, he has a dog. I really enjoyed Astro's Playroom, even though it came free with like every PS5. It was super awesome. Why can Sony not like make a bunch of games like this instead of going all serious and everything? Because this just looks really cool. Oh my god, Nathan Drake! Journey. Parappa the Rapper. So we get the references back in it again? Oh, wait, inside of the PS5? Without the shell on it? PS5 with Astro eyes? So this is them turning around and being like, so we saw how much you like Astro's Playroom. We're going to turn it into a full game. Or at least it looks like that. We need Team Asobi to be in charge instead of moving the headquarters to America. Can we move it back to Japan, please? That's it. This is the only thing that I'm excited about so far now. Astro's so good. Nice. Nice. Okay. Okay, that's going to be really fun. I want to play that one.
Be sure to visit PlayStation Blog for more on the games you just saw, as well as PlayStation.
Is that it? They finish off with Astros and that's it? I mean, Astros was a really...
runs through June 12th, with deals on PlayStation Store,
a really good one to finish off with, but...
PlayStation Plus, and much more.
It would sell more to make more games like this as classic. So is that it? Are we done now? Like, there was some stuff where I'm like, okay, yeah, I like the looks of this, but Astros was like the only one where I was like, yes, I really want this. And then it's gone. Okay, that's kind of like Cuphead and Little Big Planets is Ryan. If you've not played Astros before, it's really fun. It's a lot of like PlayStation references all bundled together into a platforming game. It's really cute, but only the Japanese team could pull it off, as in like, because everybody else is making AAA realistic stuff. No Deltarune Chapter 3 worst stream ever. The Silent Hill game, the second one, looks pretty interesting. I can't wait to see what happens with that. The Aliens VR game looked interesting, but I wanted them to show off more of that. But at least I got some good fun out of Astros, and then there was the other one that I said looked a little bit like Genshin Impact with the nice art style that somebody said was like Anime Barbie or something, which looked pretty neat as well. But yeah, this one was pretty tame. Did anybody else like that? As in, like, were there any games that anyone liked the look of and were like, oh, I want this, I need this? Before Astros in the background again? Are they? So many bosses and different levels. Christ, they broke their own stream there? And they know it? They broke their own stream and now chat's laughing at them. That wasn't me, by the way. That was them, because you could see him, like, actually trying to figure out what had gone on there. The Barbie game look Infinity Nikki, the Barbie style game actually didn't look too bad. And that's coming from me. Normally that's not my demographic thing, but it looked like a sort of like cute, pretty sort of like adventure game thing. Jen would probably enjoy it. And I know I'd enjoy watching Jen playing it. Astro would probably be good for our little girl as well, because Astro's cute.
Already got a taste of with Playroom, and it reeks of charm. It is just so filled with joy and celebration of PlayStation is what really made Astro's Playroom stand out. I'm curious to see what they charge for this, if this will be a $69.99 title.
Well, that says it all, that where somebody's saying this reeks of charm and cuteness. It's like, well, why didn't the other games reek of charm and cuteness? Almost as if they were soulless.
Celebration of all things PlayStation. Like we even saw like quite the throwback for Rapper the Rapper. We saw that skin in this.
I could have swore I saw Spike from Ape Escape somewhere in the background too at some point. And like the thing, Shadow of the Colossus, you got the Wanderer in there. Like what really has always stood out to me about Astrobot is that it really harkens back to that PS1 era where PlayStation was willing to get more experimental with weirder games and kind of revisiting the platform.
Yeah, can we get the weirder stuff again, please?
Kind of made the brand what it is to some extent. And now they got a brand new flashy mascot to wave the PlayStation 5 banner in. I wonder if we can see the hardware in here somewhere in this final build.
I mean, that is a new build. I never seen a PS5 with those things on, with turrets on the
DualSense,
whatever
DualSense Edge 2.
Yeah. Now there was one member missing though of the PlayStation family. Where's my boy, my Sack boy?
Sad boy.
Sad.
Oh, sad.
Where's my sad boy?
He's a sad boy. That's right.
It's not Sack boy. It's Sack person. Parappa the Rapper only exists as a reference, unfortunately. But yeah, give us more crazy experimental games, please. I'm all down for that. That's why I like indie at the moment.
Some of the things that we saw that were highlights for us.
Yeah.
So what was one of the highlights for you?
So in addition to Astrobot, I also liked what I saw, Ballad of Antara, I guess?
Antara, yes.
And this is a true surprise because when I Googled, immediately after that trailer, I Googled Ballad of Antara, 0 results. So this was actually kept under wraps until the state of play. It's another, it's a big 3D action adventure game. Maybe it has some Souls-like elements to the combat, but it looks,
I love that everybody's going for the whole thing of like, it looks like Dark Souls. It's like, yeah, it really kind of does. Kind of reminds me of Ico a little bit. Looks like the main story is going to be dad journeying with daughter or something. Classic says PS5 ice cream cookie Astro flying away, not Astro Boy on the side, but a dish banana split with a cherry on top. You got me bought, agreed, Moody. I like experimental stuff. It's why I switch around with consoles a lot. I've mentioned this before. I don't have any sort of allegiance to any one console or like manufacturer, you know. So it's not like I can turn around and say I'm a big Sony fan. I'm a big Xbox fan. The only thing that I can say is that I absolutely love Sega games, but at the same time, it's like Sega's just not a thing anymore. Really, it's really rare. But like I've bounced between consoles, and one of my favorite ones is the PlayStation 1 because of how experimental it was, and it seems like the PlayStation 2 had a bit of that, and then slowly over the course of each generation of console, we've lost the fun experimentalness. That's just gone, and it's kind of sad, you know. I don't think even Nintendo does like fun experimental stuff anymore, or not too much of it, but Nintendo are a bad company anyway because of them constantly ruining everybody's fun. You drew a picture of Mario when you were 3? We're going to copyright strike you now. We're going to need the picture back. You know, there's Moody coming out again. Sandy says, PlayStation Value back in the day is how I got a lot of exclusives like the Kamen Rider games. Yeah, Kamen Rider on PlayStation 3 as well, if I remember rightly. There was one on, I think, PS4 too, that was a beat 'em up. I might need to check that out still. Conates says, Astrobot, Monster Hunter Wilds, Dynasty Warriors all had me hyped. Dynasty Warriors did look cool. I'm not so sure about Monster Hunter Wilds, but maybe because I obviously won't have that much time to put into it. Like, I'm going to, obviously, as I get older and I'm dealing with different things, I'm going to prefer different experiences. If I had more time, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, Monster Hunter, but if I can just pick a game that's simple that I can drop in and drop out of whenever, then I'm going to obviously pick that. The Marvel thing, as Moody made a comment on it, is just, what? Somebody else in the game trailers chat here has said it's basically made by a Chinese mobile game dev company. It says it all because the Chinese market is big on mobile games full of microtransactions, so... There's Monster Hunter in the background. Let's see, I play games because the game's not the console, says Exram. Indeed, indeed. That's more or less what I've done, is I bounce around between consoles depending on what they have. Still got my PS1 and my Sega Genesis in a box, says Classic. Nice. Me and Jen still have all our old consoles as well, going as far back as the original Game Boy. I've bounced through a lot of consoles over the years, says Goof. Also put most of the time into the GameCube and PS2. Yes. I thought your favorite console of all time was the Dreamcast. Yes. I'm not saying the PlayStation is my favorite console of all time. The Dreamcast was. But, like, the PlayStation's up there in terms of being a fun one because of how many experimental titles it had on it. Remember when the PlayStation had a Dynasty Warriors game every year in the PS2? Yes, I do. Because I had a friend that got most of them.
Which is exciting. Honestly, I can't wait for this. We also got gameplay footage, which I think we
gameplay footage of Silent Hill looked interesting. It does remind me of Resident Evil 2 Remake or the Resident Evil Remake series, which isn't bad. They've got fun gameplay. I feel as though Konami have kind of taken that and gone, okay, we can do that. It's popular, we can do that.
Despite enjoying some of Silent Hill, but it just never has been one that was like, oh, I can't wait for that next Silent Hill. And I'm glad it wasn't me because there were so few and far between for a while.
Yeah.
But it looks good. It looks like what we expect for a game being revamped for modern hardware.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Resident Evil 3 remake as well, primarily because of the way that they had that dodge mechanic in it. I'm wondering whether that's going to be similar to Jill's one from RE3.
I don't get the naming of these things, but no, we're definitely going to get a lot more information and details on this. Also, the other games that are coming.
One of the reasons sticking for the PlayStation is because I enjoyed Gundam games over generations, says Goof. That's fair.
Are you watching it? Yes. That's the TV show, right? They're doing like a what-if type thing now, so there's like new paths.
Sammy says I can bounce across all different consoles until it's swapping to the Switch because the controls are different. You can get the bigger controller for the Switch, which is good. The Pro controller, which is better. That kind of makes it a little bit like an Xbox 360 controller.
Of the medium, I think that Bloober Team did a good job of kind of having a striking visual style for that game. It looked very impressive and very evocative of its like cinematic camera angle, third person, like fixed camera stuff, along with their.
But yeah, what was everybody's favorite like look at from like this? Like, what was everybody's favorite like one game that they enjoyed watching out of all of this? Like, obviously, Astros is going to come up a load. So if it's not Astros, then what is it? Because like, I want to know more about that Aliens game. I'm a really big fan of the Aliens franchise, apart from when they obviously mess it up, like Colonial Marines. But like, an Aliens Marine game in VR? Yes. No. And they only showed like 10 seconds worth of footage or something? Give me more. I need to know. I don't even have PS5 VR and I'm already like, sign me up. Where is it? You know. Sammy says Atlas. Infinity Nikki says Sandy. Sammy says Astros, my bad. Dynasty Warriors feeling the nostalgia. Dynasty Warriors did look really good. Like, honestly, it's reminded me of freaking Dynasty Warriors 2 on the PS2. Oh, it's a while since I played that. I played it around a friend's house.
So yeah, looking forward to this. We're probably gonna get some more information. But let's.
I just realized we slipped up again there. When did you come out? We changed really fast there.
So, before we move on to Concord, I do want to mention one thing I do like about Bloober Team handling Silent Hill is that.
Let's check what the panelists have to say.
Yes.
And I really liked a lot of their puzzle elements that they added into the game. There's some really cool elements and mechanics they had into it.
Sammy says, I'm going to go finish up an art piece. See you later, Dave. Thank you very much, Sammy. Hope you've enjoyed.
2. I was going to say Silent Hill 2 transmission. You got me saying, wanted to say transmission now every time I say Silent Hill.
Well, that's good.
Could use some more Sengoku Basara? Yes. Yes. We need an updated Sengoku Basara.
Because the thing is,
and another adaptation of the anime to go with it.
I think it looks
just let me play as freaking that's in Muramasa again.
We're not actually playing it, but
no, not Muramasa, Masamune. Sorry.
Look, it's always going to be compared to Resident Evil, and I hate that we have to, but we definitely have to compare it to.
But Silent Hill is also known more for its tone, right? Like the ambiance and just the general feeling of dread, and that's a thing that
Capcom barely shows interest on the franchise. No.
And, I'm seeing some scary stuff on screen.
I'm gonna have to see when the last Sengoku Basara game was and try getting it.
Is I think where Bloober can have their chance to shine with this.
I want to go diving into enemies as Masamune and carve them up again.
Like, there's very few times, like, yes, Resident Evil has its moments of its jump scares, but I don't think I've ever been just, like, really psychologically just kind of
Can I find the Nendoroid of Astro, like, somewhere for a decent price, please? Let's find out. Astro Bot Nendoroid. That would be really nice.
Crap.
Yeah.
Because I go and find out on Amazon UK and it's like $200 or something.
Camera, which the original game was known for, which again,
Temporarily out of stock.
Nick, like the whole Resident Evil vacation of it all, which I'm totally here for. But again, I do miss those fixed cameras. But let's move along.
The fixed cameras are what made horror games a thing. What the hell happened there?
For sure.
I don't want to move on yet.
What do you mean?
I know I'm not a big Silent Hill fan, but I want to talk more about Silent Hill for you.
Why?
Because it's important to you.
Yes, it is.
Right?
I want to. Yes.
Do you remember if it's a transmission after the show or if an ignition?
It's a trans.
Let's see. They could have at least taken some Basara characters and added them into other games like Street Fighter. That would have been cool. The only leak is that they plan to release Code Veronica and RE0. Why? Are they re-releasing or are they remaking them?
I mean, obviously it's based on Silent Hill 2, but I don't think we don't have any indication of when much about
What was your first Silent Hill?
It was probably 1.
Okay, I was just curious.
Rumor said remake. Okay, so they'll be redoing Code Veronica and Zero again, primarily because of how popular they were. Code Veronica was on the Dreamcast originally as well. But, yeah, Code Veronica ended up being kind of popular. And with RE0 on the GameCube, and they've already done, or they want to remake RE1 at some point, I think they said as well. Like, remaking RE0 to kind of cash in on all the remake stuff that they've been doing again. You know, I don't see them stopping anytime soon with, like, all these remakes for Resi. Geo says, I'm gonna go hop out. Everyone have a good day. Thank you very much, Geo. Classic says, I wish Capcom would bring back Area 88 on dinosaurs and Cadillacs back in Unreal Engine 5. It would be sick.
Netflix's Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. Gonna be fine. They love me at Beverly Hills. Plus, tons of giveaways and prizes, exclusive merch.
Yeah, I don't think there's much more outside of just like the Silent Hill stuff, which we can look at at another time. So yeah, at least we can take away from this that yeah, there's some fun stuff coming out, some interesting stuff, and then there's Astros, which is a must get. So yeah, I guess that's it then for now. Thank you very much, everyone. It has been a pleasure spending some time with you all again, as usual. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I shall see you on the next one. So until then, thank you very much for spending time with me. Bye!